Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Spark Creativity Teacher Podcast, a podcast for English teachers in search of creative teaching strategies. Whether you're new to the show or a longtime listener, I'm really glad you're here for today's edition of a highly recommended. On this week's mini episode, I'm sharing the coolest discussion warm-up I've ever learned, which I picked up at the Exeter Humanities Institute 1 week after my first year of teaching and the same week that I met my husband. I think you're going to love it. As you know, if you listen to the podcast much, my favorite discussion method is called Harkness, and it was first invented and pioneered at Phillips Exeter Academy. If you're interested in diving deep with Harkness with me, there are several past episodes you could explore, including number 8 and number 73. But today, I just want to share this super simple discussion warm-up that I learned there, which I've used and riffed off of so very many times since and love. Here's the idea. As you roll out the runway to your next discussion, invite students to write down a question about the reading, something they'd like to hear from others about, something that goes a bit deeper than plot. Easy, and I know, not exactly revolutionary, but here's the simple twist. Once every student has their question, invite them to put their questions into a hat or a bowl or whatever, and then reach in and pull out someone else's. They now have a new question to consider and contribute to the discussion, and someone else is in charge of their question. Now, you still might want to do a quick turn to your partner and talk about your questions for 2 minutes, or even a really quick writing on that new question. But the main thing is students will suddenly have a whole new motivation to bring up the question that they're holding in the discussion. After all, they aren't putting their own question under public scrutiny, and I think they feel a little sense of responsibility to the person whose question they picked up. Now, when you say, who wants to get things rolling by reading their question out loud, there's very little for your students to lose in kickstarting the conversation. It's not their question they're throwing out there, it's somebody else's. Similarly, if your discussion hits a bump, there's a period of silence, and you're kind of looking for somebody to jump in with a new idea, you're more likely to have takers. Kids can just read the question that they have. It's a very low stress entry point into a discussion. This discussion warm-up is such a simple idea, but I have loved seeing it play out in conversations in class after class. So this week, I want to highly recommend that you give it a try too. And then maybe dive a little deeper into Harkness for yourself this year and see if you love it as much as I do. Maybe you'll even want to go to the Exeter Humanities Institute one summer. It's pretty amazing, and I'm not just saying that because I met my husband there.